I'm Bob Kraus, and I'm president of the Veterans National Recovery Center. About 5 years ago, my wife Vicki and I were driving back from Minnesota when I got a call that changed my life. It was from a researcher in Switzerland who had discovered a technique to regenerate human cells for skin, for burn injuries, and for blast injuries. Our soldiers, after 9/11, got a lot of burn and blast injuries, and it's a very expensive and painful thing. Often, there is no skin, there is no muscle, there is no cartilage to build on. So this special technique that the Swiss invented builds where there was nothing. And as an example of how incredible this is, there was one fellow in their test group that was burned over 92% of his body. Today, he is running marathons. He should have been dead, but instead, he's running. And what did that mean? Well, think about it. Not only did his skin regenerate, but every single level of his skin regenerated, including the sweat glands. Otherwise, he couldn't have run, he couldn't have sweat. So it is truly a miracle. And since that day, 5 years ago, they've learned more and more and more about this technique. And they're financially operating in Europe, they're financially operating in Asia, but they're not operating here. And that's what we need to change. We need to make this marvelous new technology available to our service members and veterans that have come back with those horrible war wounds. And we cannot do it without your help. It's a technology that is very expensive, and it affects a relatively small group of people. So the investment by the private sector is quite low. But with gifts combined together, we can save the lives of service members and give those survivors a full and productive life. We are a 501c3 charitable organization, so any profits that we make from setting this up in the United States of America in conjunction with the VA will go back to veterans' causes. So think about that when you pull out your credit card or your checkbook or whatever you do to give. Think of it as your investment, not only in America, but in America's future. This is Bob Kraus, president of the Veterans National Recovery Center, asking you to give generously. Thank you.